arriving to buy tickets, a common man among the unseen. That morning, the sun hadn't fully risen, but the air was already thick and warm. In the heart of Los Angeles, a local cinema was holding a special event, Humanity Film Day. All tickets slashed to just $5. The news spread like wildfire through social media, attracting lines of people from struggling neighborhoods, standing in line from the crack of dawn. Among them stood a man wearing a faded hoodie, torn jeans, and a worn baseball cap pulled low. Ving Diesel. He didn't come in a luxury car, no bodyguards, no red carpet. He parked an old pickup 2 blocks away and walked quietly to the back of the line with one goal: to buy a ticket just like everyone else. He had promised a kid from a group home they'd watch the animated film Ving had voiced. VIP access was easy, but this time, Ving wanted something different. He wanted to feel the street again, the pulse of real people. When he arrived at 6 a.m., over 100 people were already in front of him. Tired mothers with babies, elderly men gripping their pension cards, dusty-faced teenagers whose eyes shone with hope. For them, today's fight was for a couple hours of escape, for the dignity of paying to enjoy a movie like anyone else. Ving didn't speak. He just took his place in line, a quiet shadow among strangers. The 5-hour wait, silent battles, and growing tension. Time dragged like honey through a sieve. Minutes crawled, hours stacked. The sun climbed higher, beating down on the line. Some gave up. A man with a limp shuffled away, defeated. An old woman trembled in the heat. Ving gently held her arm and offered her a bottle of water from his pocket. "Thank you," she said softly, unaware of who he was. "Patience makes us stronger, not weaker," Ving replied with a calm voice. A child behind him cried from thirst. Without hesitation, Ving handed over the last of his water. By R3, hunger and exhaustion gnawed at everyone. But worse than that was what started happening at the ticket counter. A young female clerk, mid-20s, flawless skin, red lips, straight hair, beautiful, but with a sharp tongue and a colder gaze. As each person reached the window, she barked orders, shouted insults, and turned people away without patience. "Next, I'd like 1 ticket, please. Do you have exact change?" "No. Step aside. Waste of time." Vin's jaw tightened. "People deserve better," he murmured to the old woman beside him. She smiled. "You have a good heart, son." Then came the turning point. A luxury car pulled up, and a flashy couple stepped out, perfectly styled, clearly never worried about $5 tickets. "We're not waiting in line," the man scoffed. They slipped past the crowd, heading straight to the window. The ticket girl lit up like a Christmas tree. Her voice turned sugary sweet as she handed over the tickets. People in the line murmured angrily, but no one confronted the injustice. Ving watched in silence, his eyes narrowing. The line wasn't just long. It was broken by entitlement. But the real test hadn't come yet. The confrontation, more than a ticket. After 5 long hours, Ving finally stood at the front. He handed over a crumpled $5 bill. The ticket clerk didn't even glance at the money. Her eyes swept over his appearance, the sweat-stained hoodie, the sunburned face, the weary posture. She scowled. Out. I'm not selling to you. Veng blinked. Sorry, you heard me. This isn't a shelter. Move. I waited over 5 hours. I only want a ticket, like everyone else. She raised her voice. I don't sell to hobos pretending to be customers. Now get lost. People behind him froze. Silence fell. No one dared to speak up. Veng took a slow breath. Then he stepped back, lifted his head, and said, loud enough for all to hear, I'm not asking for charity. I waited, just like the rest. This isn't about a ticket anymore. It's about respect. The girl rolled her eyes. And who are you to preach to me? Veng said nothing. He pulled out a weathered ID mark Sinclair, his birth name. The light caught his face as he pulled off the cap. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Oh my God. It's Veng Diesel. It's really him. He's been in line the whole time. He gave me water, and he waited just like us. The clerk's face went pale. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Veng raised a hand. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to all the people you yelled at today. To the old man you called slow, the child you made cry, the woman who had the wrong coins. Apologize to them. The manager of the theater burst out of the side door, pale as a ghost. Mr. Diesel, we're terribly sorry for this. Veng didn't turn. Sir, I don't need special treatment. I just wanted a ticket like anyone else. But this, what happened here? This is why people lose faith. A system that crushes the poor and smiles at the rich is a system that needs fixing. He turned to the clerk. You're not just selling tickets. You're selling moments of joy to people who desperately need them. Learn the weight of that. The manager nodded furiously and whispered to a supervisor. The girl was asked to leave the counter. She wiped her eyes, said nothing, and walked away. Veng stepped forward, not to claim his free ticket, but to buy 50. He turned, held them up, and shouted, These tickets go to everyone still waiting, the ones who didn't give up. The crowd erupted into cheers. The boy who had cried now held a ticket in both hands, grinning. The old woman smiled through tears. A young mother approached Veng, her child on her hip, eyes shimmering. You didn't just help us watch a movie. You reminded us we matter. Veng smiled. Tickets run out. But kindness? That's unlimited. The screen fades to black. A single line appears. Patience is not weakness. It's quiet strength. And standing up for others is always the best part of any story.